Hello, everyone. I decided to go live since some people were awake, it seems like. It's a little early for me. This is roughly about 8:15 ish, isn't it? Over here on West Coast still. Let me see for a second. Oh, 8:20. So I will not be able to see the chat that well, and that's fine. I just wanted to talk a lot, quite a bit, and I will not be able to post those. So I can talk a little bit using talking, using my voice, and just talk about some new things that are coming. And it changes the stream if once I know I'm not able to post or share screen because I'm on my cell phone. Mm-hmm. Just a little tweak. It won't be yeah, it can be news. I can talk about it a little bit. Um, I looked at the big project, the Cars Land that is coming to Disney World, Magic Kingdom. That will be epic. They said it's gonna be about I think they said a 40,000 square feet. Um, butting right up against the Big Thunder Mountain, which they may change the name of. Um, I'm good if they do change the name, but that is a classic and does have a fan base. I don't know if that would be a good idea to change. They would have to have a reason. Um, doesn't have to really be a very good reason because that's their opinion, but they should at least have a reason. Disneyland is coming out with a new popcorn bucket, roughly, and it looks like the wheel that used to it's the Pixar Pal Around that used to be the wheel in DCA. They just changed the name of it. It is able to spin if I remember correctly, and you can also swing back and forth the little tiny gondolas that are on that ride. It does not spin downwards like the original, like the ride that it is. It's just a regular wheel. Um, on the top, kind of on the corner, you're able to open it up, and it is a popcorn bucket. I believe it is lighted. For anyone that is wondering. Um, and for this might be a huge collectible because of its closely resemblance of of what it is. Pixar Pal Around wheel. It is not the same exact design, I would say. This is going to be a very short life, by the way. But it is going to be very good for people buying it because it looks a lot like it. Um, I just wish that little tiny doors on the gondolas would open. That would be so cute. You could put little characters in there sitting around. I would use it as a backdrop. There's some things you could do. I can make it a official merry-go-round. Make it spin, have a little tiny motor that would make it spin, and have a little popcorn that I can take out of it or collectibles. I would put the characters inside that you could go into the gondolas that would have an open window that you're able to look into and see characters on the Pixar Pal Around. It's a different idea. I would do that. Anyway, that is coming out. It's going to be a new popcorn bucket coming out in DCA 25th anniversary of California Adventure is coming up hot. This is not Disneyland, California. This is the park right next to it, DCA, Disney's California Adventure. To anyone that is don't know that. Most people do know that. It's been around since so early 90s, I think. hmm It was not super popular until about 6 to 7 years after they tried to start it up because of what kind of rides were on the original one. Um, they were not very popular. Some of them were kind of a little too jostly. That was the only time you were able to be on the. No, they just recently closed that down, not even about a year ago. The trolley. You can still go into the trolley, but it will not move anymore. Um, they used to have it so it would take you from one destination to another. Two stops is all. One, two, one, two. That's it. Um, there was some rides that were not very popular. For example, they used to be kind of like a rock and roller coaster kind of, hey, you're driving through Hollywood ride. Did not turn out very well, but it did have enough bones that they changed it into the Monsters Inc. ride that is in DCA. They are closing that down and build it and making it into something else really soon, if I remember correctly. Um, they're moving the premise of that ride over to Disney World. They're gonna only have Disney World's gonna have it. Is all. If they're gonna have a ride like that, they might. A walkthrough of the movie, and then you could do the solely new ride. That's gonna be the hanging mm, system, I think. Yeah. Mm. Okay. So with that out, they also debuted new clothes for the 25th anniversary of DCA. They're going to have a lot of things happening for that, kind of like they did with the 90th for Disneyland itself. Um, all I can say is also there is going to be. I've seen a Spirit jersey. I've seen some pins. Very very cool looking hat, bucket hat, and regular baseball cap hat, and then also a windbreaker, it looks like, and some shirts. The usual, what Disney usually tries to promote a anniversary with. Probably a lug and or Loungefly is thrown in there also. And then with that, so since it's the Pixar, it's DCA now mostly. They moved Disneyland. They had a meet and greet for Buzz and Woody and Jesse. and it was over by, if I remember correctly, the Frontierland. It's a pretty good spot for them. It's not the only spot they could be. They moved them over to DCA. Now they're going to be over by Grizzly River Run, and it is going to be under maintenance for a little bit. So they're going to have a little bit of room. That is the area that they closed off. The walk path is going to be used as a meet and greet walk up for Toy Story characters. It looked like the main three are Jesse, Buzz, and Woody. They could show up with more, hopefully. Especially if DCA's 25th anniversary could be an indication that they are might be having new characters there. We do know that a restaurant is going to start to have Humphrey as a meet and greet, which is the new, very brand spanking new costume mascot. But it is from a old 1950 era show. That Humphrey did star in a few shows. He is a bear, and I think he is the one that liked picnic baskets. So he was a spin-off of Yogi, if I remember correctly. Or Yogi was a spin-off of him. I don't know. Okay. What? Okay. Going off the top of my head, DCA 2020, 25th anniversary. I talked about that. Black History Month is coming up really soon. I will try to, I could talk a little bit about that. Disney World and Disneyland are going to do promotions for Black History Month. I believe Disney World has, let me figure this out exactly. Oh, upside down. Just a second. Oh, yeah. Disney World has one that's called Celebrate Soulfully Black History Month for Disney World and Disneyland. 2026 Celebrate Gospel Concert at Downtown Disney for the 2 weeks of February 20th to the 21st and the February 27th to 28th. Grammy Award winning gospel music performance will headline each weekend. We got Bishop Hezekiah Walker to perform on Friday 21st, and Yolanda Adams will be performing on February 28th. It also features a community choirs from across the Southern California. A Heritage Trail honoring Black leaders will be debuted. Heritage Trail of Disney's dynamic displays will celebrate the influential Black leaders, artists, and thinkers from the past and the present. Will be all across the resorts. And here's the list. At Disneyland Park, we'll have it in Frontierland, Main Street USA. And it tells you in Frontierland it will be the Flemmonts. Main Street USA will be Martha Branding, Frederick Douglass, and Scott Joplin. New Orleans Square will have Leah Chase and Ron Husband. And Tomorrowland will have Gustin Boulevard Jr. Those are the people that will be showcasing. They will be talking about, those are Black leader people from the past that are influential. Disney California Adventure Park will have Buena Vista Street. We'll have Floyd Norman. Hollywood Land will have Lanny Smott, Austin Taylor, Marlon West, and Ulan Riley. Downtown Disney will have Nicholas Smith. Now, these are all the Martha branding display will remain up through the Women's History Month, the month after, who was a Disneyland tour guide in the 1970s. She was. So she's black and she's also that. Specialty food for Celebrate Soulfully 2026 will have two of the limited time food options available for Celebrate Soulfully. Tiana's will have fried chicken bowl. This is a spicy honey glazed fried chicken served with baked macaroni and cheese and colored greens. And then Lamplight Lounge will have the barbecue shrimp, which Cajun battered shrimp served with cheesy polenta, onions, peppers, celery, and a New Orleans barbecue butter sauce. Um, Celebrate Black heritage at Disneyland all year long. Celebrate Black history culture all year long with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the Tiana meet and greet. Five and dime performances on Buena Vista Street. Warriors of Wakanda, the disciples of Dorja Mage in the Venture Campus. And select appearances by Joe Gardner from Seoul at Pixar Place Hotel. Tana Johnson Rushing named Grand Marshal for Special Magic Kingdom Parade. She is black. Epcot International Festival of the Arts will have black artists that will be making appearances at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts. Yacinda Moses, Ryan Riller, Jarissa Brown, and Mark Page. Disney on Broadway concert series will have a bunch of black people that will be on it. Jamal Remy, The Lion King. Atlantis Misakasi from Tarzan. Kissy Simmons from The Lion King. And lastly, James Monroe Lejart from Aladdin. Sorry for some of these misspellings sayings, but more black culture at Walt Disney World. Can ride Tayo's Bayou Adventure and meet Tiana at Magic Kingdom. Meet live action Ariel and Frozen at Disney's Land Hollywood Studios. Yes, that's the black Ariel from the new movie. Disney's Animal Kingdom, Viva Garcia brings the influences of Caribbean Street to party to the Discovery Island, while the Tam Tam Tamaru drummers of Hombre fill the Africa with powerful beats. Black History Month desserts. Oh, there's some of these look cute. There's a soulful New York cheesecake pop that has a little tiny piano on it. Very cute. Wakandan mousse and vibrant artwork at Disney Springs. Got back over here. That was just some of the things that are coming out. I know I've seen a bunch of other things. There is the new file permits for Villains, Metropolis, and Cars Line all came out, if I remember correctly. There is photos. If you look at WDWNT, they are keeping me updated and everyone else about the aerial photos for those lands coming out. And they just posted one yesterday for Metropolis, which showed some cement work done, which was cool. Yes, they already nuked everything else. I heard they saved some of the old things to be replaced and put over into the new Muppet area, which will be Rock and Roller Coaster Alley. In that bottom corner, and there is a little bit of room down there, but there will also be the villains show over in that corner also. You have to go through that land to enter into the villains area in the corner, which I heard there is going to be some new meet and greets over in the corner. We know that the villains are going to talk back and not be as friendly and act like villainous people that they are in the new villains land. So you will not have friendly villains. I guess you can call them. Yeah. There could be some friendly villains. They're going to act their part. So if you see Dr. Facilier in Villains Land, he's going to act really nice, but he's going to go to the darker side. You know what I mean? Um, um, he's gonna be probably one of the nicer ones. Really, he was always very flamboyant in the original in the Princess and the Frog. Um, I can't wait for all this to happen, and hopefully some of this will be started to get done for Disneyland DCA by August. That's when I'm coming over there. Now, that is the same thing for Disney World for October. So I will be over in Disney World ish area at Disney World in October. I have a few days there that I'm spending with a friend of the family and my sister. And this is his first time to Disney World and he is excited. Yes, we're initiating someone else into the group of Disney fanatics. Um, well, hopefully everyone does have a great day. This is my end of my show. And hopefully you do have a great day.